from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Nifty move. And some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. The first play from scrimmage. Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate. And guess what? They're in the lead now.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in Week 2.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 79 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And I don't think he got there.
No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Seven yards there and a 1st down. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But if they can get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season, it could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dawson going long here for Wallace. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game was we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And the Saints pressure gets him.
Brought down for a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A beautiful fake. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
To number 80, a gain of 14. 1st down, Saints.
These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start. Awesome.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that one his quarterback took the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down back at the 25. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. And now it's 3rd down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Looking to throw. Dawson. He's got his man. That's Wallace. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3-and-out.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Coming left is Lacey. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Dawson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down he goes at the 49, a 40-yard pickup. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And the Chiefs are going to get him. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sand. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
To throw on 2nd down, Dawson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw. Dawson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. On play action, they'll throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it.
They'll try again.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Dawson's pass complete to number 5. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's understandable, Marcus, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dawson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw again.
48-yard line.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down. Dawson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now here's a throw. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. 20, 10.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's into the end zone. A fumble return, and a Saint touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is up to 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Now the Saints coming back out, ready to go for this next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 50 yards.
And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Dawson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, Dawson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw on second down. Dawson, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Chiefs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sideline and incomplete. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Richards. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is Donnell with the grab. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Saints have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
To throw on 2nd down, Dawson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Goslin's pass.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Saints.
So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 25.
On 2nd down, it's Richards. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for our visitors, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.